Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. It's me, Adrienne. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. In this video, we are going to be working in the foyer. You guys may or may not remember this. If you've seen previous videos where I decorated this area around Christmas time, and it has been empty ever since the New Year's pretty much. This piece of furniture right here, I moved in from our keeping area off of the kitchen. And I really just needed something to fill in the space. This room is pretty tall and it's a little bit on the wider side. It doesn't have a whole lot of walls in here. So I'm trying to fill it and decorate it accordingly. But we are going to get into this video. I'm not going to do too much chit chat. This piece was gifted to me by my mother, and I want to say that she purchased it from a secondhand, one of our many secondhand stores that we like to visit. So right here, I went ahead and hung this mirror. This mirror was purchased from one of my favorite secondhand furniture places. It is called Encore on the Square. If you live in the West Georgia area, I highly suggest you go and check them out. And don't forget to check the basement as well. They have lots of treasures down there. Piece that I'm putting here has to be one of my favorite pieces that I think I have ever purchased. This thing has to be, I've had it for well over 10 years. This is a bust of Shakespeare. I got it from another one of my favorite secondhand thrift stores that is called Feathers and Twigs. I purchased him 10 years ago for a whopping $25. You guys, I love this piece. He actually was my husband's best man in our wedding. That's a long story. We had to get married at home due to COVID. So he served as the best man. But yeah, I absolutely love this piece, and I think it goes perfect right here. I've been looking for the perfect spot to put it since we moved in. Next, we're going to go in with this gorgeous carved candle holder. I also purchased this from Feathers and Twigs. I was actually going in there for something completely different. I think it was a mirrored tray, and that caught my eye, so I came out with that as well. These books I purchased just a couple of days ago at the Goodwill. I purchased quite a bit of books at the Goodwill. Most of them were 50% off because they were the color of the week. And I like decorating with books. I like using them as a natural riser, but sometimes the covers, as you can see, become a little bit tattered and torn. But the book itself is absolutely gorgeous once you take the cover off. So right here, you'll just see that I'm kind of going in and looking over everything, showing you guys the price. This one was not 50% off. I want to say the color of the day was blue that day, but this was a gorgeous book. So remember that next time you're into these stores and looking at things, take the covers off, look at the spine of the books, because sometimes these books are more gorgeous without the covers than they are with the covers. The next item I am going to use is this beautiful foot bath. It was gifted to me by my mother along with the orb that is inside of it. I do not know where she purchased this from, so I do apologize, but it is very reminiscent of the one that she found for me recently at the Goodwill that I used in a previous video where I styled a vignette. But we're just going to place it right here on the stack of books. Next, we are going to go in, and I am pointing at that command hook on the mirror. We're going to hang something on it. Main reason being is somehow the bottom tab of that little command hook strip got torn off, and I cannot get that thing off of my mirror. So I don't feel like trying to pry it off right now. So we're just going to add a little wreath up there. It'll also help tie a little bit of the greenery in and bring it from the table on up onto the wall. But yeah, eventually I'll get that down. I don't know how on earth that happened, but it is what it is. All right, y'all, we are moving on to the piano area. I do eventually want to get this thing out of here, but for right now, we are going to keep it really, really simple so we can be done and wrap this video up. Just FYI, I wanted to pop on here and say that these are real plants planted in a beautiful shell-like bowl that was gifted to me by you-know-who, my mother. But I want to say this is just like some type of a begonia. These are, there's some ivy, a maidenhair fern, and I want to say I also have an African violet that's somewhere tucked in here. But yeah, I like incorporating real florals in with faux florals as well. But with the amount of sunlight that comes in here, this would be a perfect spot for this plant, or these plants rather.